Alright folks, Between Ace Idiot, we are back on Criminal Case on Facebook. We are going to the Gigantic, that sinking feeling. Well, on the surface, Ace, Alasta's parties have had little in common. A lighthouse, a midnight seance. Well, murder, meanwhile, has been a recurring theme, with each killing seeming more grisly than the last. While it appeared that these perishing partygoers were not connected beyond Alasta's apparent desire to have them killed. Yeah, and you discovered, Ace, that each victim in some way wronged Giulietta Capecci, and that she had good reason to want all of them dead. Well, if these murders could be traced back to Giulietta, is it possible that she herself is Alasta? We know Giulietta is attending tonight's party, hosted by Alasta aboard Concordia's new flagship, the Gigantic, before it departs on its maiden voyage tomorrow. Well, I'm terribly sorry, Ace, but I get frightfully seasick. I'm afraid I must remain on dry land. Madeline shall accompany you to the party. Oh, how exciting, Ace. The Gigantic, said to be the world's first unsinkable vessel, a voyage of discovery, the ship of dreams. However, we mustn't rock the boat. While it's imperative you unmask Alasta's identity, Ace, Giulietta cannot know of our investigation. But for now, let's rendezvous with the captain. Anchors away. Oh, welcome aboard the Gigantic, Senior Trooper Ace. Captain William Fox at your service. Marvel of modern engineering, this ship, opulent, luxurious, and completely unsinkable. Well, thank you, Captain. It's very exciting to be aboard. But I mustn't get carried away. Senior Trooper Ace is here to investigate one of tonight's party guests. Well, you are welcome to look around. In fact, while you're looking for your suspect, could you keep an eye out for Theo Vergier? Vergier, the artist? Yes, Mr. Vergier is returning to Europe on tomorrow's journey and is a guest of honor at tonight's party. Aye, aye, Captain. What are we waiting for, Ace? Let's explore this ship. Nice. Nice. Welcome aboard the Gigantic. Now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but there were previous cases that alluded to the Gigantic sinking. Can't remember which one it was, but I feel like it. Celine Dion song. That's pretty good. My heart will go on. Alright, so we got this. I see the torn card. I see the pirate flag. I see the jewelry box. I see the woman's hat. And I see the blimp. Yeah, it's interesting. I could have sworn that they were going to use someone that was in our past, but I guess not. Well, good gracious, Ace. You found Theo Vergier, but he's dead. I'm pretty clear he was struck by a broken head of that ice sculpture. Under normal circumstances, I wonder whether this was an accident, but knowing this is Alasta's party, there can be no doubt. Theo Vergier was murdered. You're right, Ace. It's now more important than ever that we find Giulietta. And that torn paper might help us do just that. And that jewelry box certainly doesn't belong out here. Go ahead and decipher that lock, Ace, to see who misplaced it. This party has already drifted into troubled waters. Let's hope this isn't a bad omen for the Gigantic's maiden voyage. Alrighty. Well, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I gotta grab some stars. This has been Pacini's 88. Au revoir. Alright, folks, Pacini's 88. We are back. Criminal Case on Facebook. And due to popular demand, the sunglasses have made it back. The sunglasses have made it back. How am I? Oh, there it is. There we go. The victim was indeed a guest of honor, Ace. According to this invitation, Mr. Vergier was personally invited to dine at the captain's table. Captain Fox was very accommodating. Let's avail ourselves of his assistance and ask him about this invitation. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so what have we got here? We have a 1, 1, 2, 5, 9, 1. Got 4, 5, 8, 4, 2. So we have 6, 9, 7, 3, 7. Thank you. Another one says I'm well done. Take it to heart. My word, Ace, look at the size of that sapphire. That must be worth a fortune. Look at the embroidery. This belongs to Giulietta Capecci. Well, it is in fact a rare blue diamond signature for Ace. Thank goodness you found it. I almost dropped that necklace off the back of the ship earlier. That would have been very silly. Miss Capecci, precisely the person we're looking for. We must speak to you at once. Ah, the heart of the... what is it called? The heart of the ocean? The heart of the blue? Captain Fox, we have some terrible news. Senior Trooper Ace found Theo Vergier murdered. Murdered? Blistering barnacles. I just saw him this afternoon touring the engine room. How could this even happen? That's what we're trying to find out. It appears you knew the victim well. Yes, I invited Mr. Vergier to join my table. An artist of his standing would have made for a fascinating conversation. Oh heavens, word of this murder cannot spread around, Senior Trooper Ace. The maiden voyage of the Gigantic mustn't be associated with tragedy. Oh, you don't want to go then. Well, Captain Fox is more helpful than he realizes, I wager. He mentioned the victim toured the Gigantic's engine room. It's possible the killer was also getting familiar with the ship's lower decks. Ace, let's take a look ourselves. Yes, Giulietta is very Flapper-esque in her outfit. Oh man, I've been watching, just finished season 1 of Z, which is an Amazon Prime show about like the writer of The Great Gatsby. It's interesting. It's not like I don't think it's a super feel-good show, but it's pretty darn good. It's time you told the truth, Giulietta. People keep dying at Lasser's parties, people who are connected to you. Wait, what are you talking about? Was someone killed on the Gigantic? Theo Vergier, an artist attending tonight's party. You must have seen him. We found your jewelry box at the crime scene. Did he offend you somehow, like your sister, or Philomena Highmore, or Jack Goodwin? How dare you talk about Lucrezia? In case you don't remember, you solved her murder and it had nothing to do with me. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to the party. Well, enjoy it while you can, Giulietta. We'll be watching you. She's almost too... I mean, we'll find her in the last case, but not now. She's too obvious. Oh yeah, I've been actually playing some Clash Royale lately. I kind of hopped back into that. I was off of it for a little bit, but definitely into it more now. Not recording it though. Recording just makes things just not as much fun for me. I like to just play on my own time. And I don't have as much of a fan base that watches the Clash Royale. Whereas you guys love Criminal Case, so I love doing it for you guys. Passport Ace, a worthy clue. Let's dust and find the faded portion to see who it belongs to. I'd rather not soil my clothing searching through that pile of coal, but go ahead if you think there's something to be found, Ace. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, I'd be curious if Mr. Lasser is going to be carried on past just this district. Could very well be the case. A white glove. What is that doing buried under that coal? Is that a blood stain? Precisely my train of thought, Ace. Let's have Viola take a look at this glove. Post haste. Oh, Diego de Lobo. This is Diego de Lobo's passport. If that troublemaker is aboard the Gigantic, he must be up to no good. This is the third party where Diego has been a guest, and the only reason he is free at all is because we placed him on probation after discovering his forgery. But wait, Ace, Diego has been approved for travel. If he thinks he can weasel his way across seas, he better think again. Let's find him. And let him go on the Gigantic. I'm good with that. Oh, Madeline O'Malley, the sunset on my horizon. Only you could wear the clothes of a detective like you were strutting the catwalks of Paris. Oh, Balderdash. But speaking of Paris, Diego, would you care to explain where your sudden wanderlust has come from? We told you to stay put. I'm not actually going anywhere. Lester invited me to tonight's party. Is it any wonder I'm a regular guest? The man clearly understands that having me at a shindig will make it a truly fashionable occasion. Right, that must be it. And while you've been swanning about, you weren't out on the deck where Theo Vergier was murdered. Theo Vergier, the artist? Murdered? Well, I suppose he had it coming, too big for his britches, if you ask me, but I had nothing to do with this. Now enough of this horrible talk. Can I convince you to sail away with me, Madeline? We can make the maiden voyage of the Gigantic a journey to remember. You're not going anywhere, Diego. Senior Trooper Ace will be keeping your passport. Make sure you don't try to escape again. Oh, for sure. Oh, hi from Wales. Let's speed these things up so we can get this case out there. What kind of work, Ace, finding that glove? A sample from the bloodstain matched your victim's type. The killer probably threw the glove down one of the ventilation pipes on the upper deck and it landed in the engine room. But the most important clue is the glove itself. This type of glove is worn by ballroom dancers. There are strict guidelines when it comes to ballroom dancing, especially at sophisticated parties like this. Everyone entering the ballroom is required to wear the gloves at all times. Etiquette dictates that all guests in the ballrooms must be dancing. Ugh. You don't need to explain ballroom etiquette to me. My mother dragged me to dozens of dances when I was a child, and she still pesters me to get out more, saying I need to find a husband. But that's neither here nor there, Ace. If the killer was wearing one of these gloves, they must be a ballroom dancer. They will need to be light on their feet to escape your clutches. Alright, what do you got for us, Dick? Trevor. Oh, Dick, are you unwell? Surely you've seen the worst things in Mr. Vergier's body. Oh, it's not that. I'm evaluating my resistance to nausea, and it has me rather unbalanced. The castor oil and sardines were bad enough, but I believe it was Evie's beef Wellington that has nearly pushed me over the edge. Well, I'm sorry you're under the weather, Dick, but do you have any results for us regarding the victim? Well, strange situation. That horse head from ice sculpture was the murder weapon. My assumption is the unfortunate artist was struck over the head with that chunk of ice. The ice has since melted away, however, and before it disappeared, I collected a sample of small fragments, which I've confirmed are ground pumpkin seeds. Interesting. An odd discovery, one would think. If it weren't for the location of the crime scene, pumpkin seeds are a common ingredient of many anti-seasickness remedies. Are you saying that Theo Vergier's killer is suffering from seasickness? It's a good thing Bon Temps wasn't there. We'd have to interrogate him. Quite right, Ace. No time for frivolity, but the killer will feel even more ill at ease once they realize you're on their trail. I'm almost surprised people are still willing to risk attending one of Velasquez's party, Ace. It's no longer a question of whether someone will be murdered, but who. Theo Vergier was an honored guest at tonight's party aboard the Gigantic, but was killed outside while others enjoyed the festivities. Captain Fox knew the artist well enough to invite him to dinner, while Diego del Lobo, who may have been trying to flee the country, believes the victim got what he deserved. And then there's Gioletta Capecci, who's looking more and more likely to be a Laster by the minute. Ace, you must return to the Gigantic immediately. There are reports of gunfire on board. Oh, brother. Alright, guys. I will see you guys in the next chapter. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.